Okay, now I already shared with you the first and the second part of the story, the best Christmas present in the world, and now I'm going to discuss the third part of the story, that is the best Christmas present. This part is going to be very interesting, so please be attentive and listen carefully. As I told you in the second part, the narrator read the letter. After reading the letter, the narrator folded the letter and kept it inside the black tin box, which he found inside the drawer, inside the secret drawer. So the whole night the narrator could not sleep. Okay, he was, that thought after reading the letter was disturbing him, because even that incident which he read in the letter was something very unusual. What was unusual was that at the time when the war was going on, the British and the German soldiers celebrated Christmas on 25th of December 1914. Okay, so that was something very unusual which happened, and which Jim Macpherson shared with his wife in the letter. So you lay awake the whole night, the narrator. So by morning when he woke up, he already knew what he had to do with the letter. He decided to return the letter to the owner, that is Mrs. Jim Macpherson, and he knew the address very well, because the address was written on top of the white envelope which was inside the tin box. And he proceeded, the next morning he proceeded to Bridport, that is Dorset, and the Dorset and that is Bridport, where Mrs. Jim Macpherson lived, the address which was written on top of the envelope was not very far away from the narrator's house. It was about just a few miles away. So he decided that he should go and return the letter to the right owner. He went and he asked one boy who was walking in the road with his dog. So he asked this boy about where was house number 12, and the boy did not know much about it, and he just showed him. After that, when he reached the spot, that is house number 12, he found out that there was no house. In fact, the house was all burned. Okay, it was damaged house. Some parts of the house was there, furniture lying here and there, broken, burned, destroyed by water. So then what he did, he wanted to find out actually where the owner of the house was, that is Mrs. Macpherson. So he went to the next door neighbor, he knocked at the door, and an old man came out, and the narrator asked him about the whereabout of the owner of house number 12. And the old man said that that this old lady actually lived in a hospital at present, and that house, the old lady, the owner of the house number 12, that is Mrs. Jim Macpherson, was at present 101-year old. She was a little muddlehead. That means she has lost her memory. She was a confused soul now, because that is very natural according to the old man, because and Mrs. Jim Macpherson was 101-year old, and that is very natural for her to become muddlehead at this age. And the old man also told the narrator that the house actually caught fire. Okay, and the reason, they even don't know the actual reason how the house caught fire. So it is just a guess by the old man that perhaps the house caught fire because of a candle, because Mrs. Jim Macpherson had a habit of lighting a candle to save electricity. So perhaps when the day when she lighted the candle to save electricity, perhaps there was a storm or a wind, and she must have fallen asleep, and the curtain must have caught fire, and that is how the fire spread, and the house was on fire. And somehow the people could save the life of Jim Macpherson, and Jim Macpherson at that time was got a shock, because somehow she survived, somehow people managed to save her, so she got a severe shock, a trauma, and that has deteriorated her mental condition, her mental state. So at present, Mrs. Jim McPherson was in a nursing home, and the nursing home was in Burlington House on the Dorset Road on the other side of the town. So the narrator decided to go to the nursing home, and when he reached the nursing home, it was the Christmas day, that is on the 25th of December. And the hospital, the nursing home was very well decorated, because to make the people in the hospital feel special. Otherwise, hospital is a gloomy place, very sad place, because the people there are sick. So to uplift their mood, to make them happy, the hospital was decorated very well. And the narrator saw that some of the patients were very busy, because many attendants came, visitors came to visit them, because it was a Christmas day with lots of gifts and food and many other things. And then he went to the hospital, and he asked the nurse about Mrs. Jim McPherson's room. And when the nurse led him to the room through a corridor, he found that Mrs. Jim McPherson was seated on a chair. Okay, and she was very very old. She was 101-year old. Her hands were all wrinkled. She was looking very sad, because there were no visitors to visit her, as she had no other relatives, no other people to visit her, except for her husband, who has not come back, although he promised to be there the next year, that is in 1915, to celebrate Christmas with her. But she still, even till today, she was with the hope that her husband would definitely come back, and to celebrate Christmas with her. So she is alive with that hope in her mind, just waiting for the day when her husband would come back to her. Her husband would keep the promise and celebrate Christmas with her. But this old lady, she has lost her memory. She is not able to recognize people now, because she has undergone a trauma, a mental, a kind of fear, a mental shock when the house caught fire. And that the thought of her husband one day would come back, and the husband has not come back till today, has also made her very sad, very depressed, and she was waiting for the day. And when the narrator reached Mr. Jim McPherson and handed the tin box, and there was a kind of brightness in her eyes. Her eyes were lit up, and there was a kind of happiness, a sudden happiness and a smile on the face of Mrs. Jim McPherson. And the narrator actually wanted to tell her, that he wanted to tell her everything about the secret drawer, about the roll top desk, where he found the letter, how he has managed to find the address and come all the way to return the letter. But Mr. Jim McPherson was not ready to listen to the narrator. She was so happy, so glad on receiving the black tin box, and thinking that her husband has come back. I told you earlier, she lost her memory because of old age, and now she is thinking that the narrator was actually Jim McPherson, who has come back, to celebrate Christmas with her. And all the narrator, in fact, wanted to tell her that he was not actually Jim McPherson. He has only just come to hand over the letter to her, but he remained quiet, because he knew that there was no point of telling this old lady that he was not Jim McPherson, he was somebody else, because the lady has lost her memory. Even if he tells, she would not listen to him, because she would not be ready to accept that the narrator was not Jim McPherson. Okay, and that would again make her very sad. So the narrator remained silent, and Mrs. Jim McPherson held the narrator's hand and kissed him on his hand, and thanked him for by saying that Thank you, Jim McPherson, that you have come back to celebrate Christmas, and this is the best Christmas present in the world. So, I think now you have understood the title of the story, The Best Christmas Present in the World. So, the best Christmas present in the world was Jim McPherson coming back from the war. Okay, and for whom was it the best Christmas present? It was for Jim McPherson, Mrs. Jim McPherson. It was the best Christmas present in the world because her husband has come back after many years. He has kept his promise. He has come back to celebrate Christmas for her. So, according to Mr. Jim McPherson, her husband has come back, and it was the best Christmas present in the world. But in reality, it was not Jim McPherson who came back. It was actually the narrator who came back to hand over the letter. But Mrs. Jim McPherson, because of her old age, because of her trauma, because of her loss of memory and muddlehead, she thought that it was Jim McPherson who had come back, and it was her best Christmas present in the world. So, with this, we come to the end of the story, and I'm sure you have understood the story. It's a beautiful story. So, I will be sharing more videos from this book, that is Honeydew, many more lessons in the future. So, keep watching my channel, and if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe my channel, and I hope it will be definitely useful for you. That's all for today. Thank you and have a great day.